Greetings and welcome back to another episode of the Arts Overlook, where we get to explore the latest arts and entertainment in the Cedar Valley. I'm your host, Colby Campbell, and today we'll sit down with some members of Bel Canto Cedar Valley. Don't go anywhere, the Arts Overlook starts right now.
Art is thriving in the Cedar Valley. It's everywhere. But if you don't know where to look, you could miss it. This is your local arts perspective. This is the Arts Overlook. We hear about the lives of professional artists every day. Often, their talent has earned them the limelight and has become their career. But what about the artists who decide to take a different direction professionally and use their skills recreationally? That's the story of many members of Bel Canto Cedar Valley, a choir based in Cedar Falls that strives to give singers a creative outlet for professionals of all disciplines.
Bel Canto Cedar Valley is an auditioned chamber choir of approximately 40-ish voices. In the fall of 2012 was our first concert. And in that first season, we developed a mission statement that has 4 pillars. The first pillar is that we are excited to bring quality music here to the Cedar Valley and to collaborate with the fabulous musicians that are found here. The second pillar is that we always want there to be variety in the music that we perform, both for ourselves and for our audiences. The third pillar is we want to support the choral art the way it is developing for the future as well as the past, so we always commission new works every season from local and or aspiring composers. And fourth, as an adult community choir, we want to support music as a lifelong passion. We are comprised of lots of different professions, a lot of different ages, a lot of different backgrounds.
I've never studied music theory or anything like that, but it's just such a huge part of my life and a blessing really to be able to sing and have that outlet.
Very challenging for me, keeps me on my toes, and it's been a pure delight.
The first concert I went to I was impressed by the variety of styles and eras of music, and that they had a new piece commissioned for that concert.
We wouldn't have the Brahms Requiem if someone hadn't recognized his brilliance when he was 18 and nurtured that and supported that. And so if we want there to be music 50 years from now that people look back and say, well, everyone performs this piece of music, it changes people's lives, then you have to be willing to take a chance on a young composer, to say, yes, we're going to perform this piece of music.
I always find it difficult to write a piece that you don't really know is going to be performed. It's always easier to wait for some kind of commission so you know your piece is going to be performed. It's one thing to write something out and hear it in your mind or see it on a screen or have it played back on a computer. But having the opportunity to have your pieces played or sung or performed for the first time is just one of the best experiences you could possibly imagine.
So another thing that's very important for Bel Canto, as far as our kind of spot in the community and what our goals are, we've collaborated with schools.
By reaching out to these high school students, we can show them that there are opportunities for them to stay active with music throughout their lives, even if it's not something that they're doing professionally.
What I really loved reading through these, very thoughtful notes from these high schoolers was how many of them were so thrilled to know that Bel Canto existed, and how many of them recognized this is something viable that I can do. I can do this when I get older.
I think Bel Canto does a great job of realizing that this can't be everybody's job, but it can be such an important part of our lives on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis, and it really enhances the lives of everybody who's involved, I think.
In order to keep serving the community, Bel Canto has decided to hold their first ever fundraiser.
We have a gala that's coming up here in just about a week and a half, and we're looking forward to it. This is going to be an exposure to the community with lighter music.
But the purpose of the gala, which is our first ever fundraising event, is to ensure that Bel Canto can be around for 10 years, 20 years, 50 years.
The gala will be held on March 10th. It's a Thursday evening. It's several hours of great music and I'm being told pretty exceptional hors d'oeuvres. So the music is something that will be maybe out of the box for what people are expecting to hear from Bel Canto.
So yeah, it's definitely geared to a more casual listening, and it's a delight to sing that music for us.
Bel Canto Cedar Valley's Gala will be held Thursday, March 10th in Waterloo. For more information on ticketing or becoming a member, visit www.belcantocedarvalley.org. Thanks for tuning in to Cedar Falls Community Television. I'm Colby Campbell, and this is the Arts Overlook. Hello, and welcome to the Arts Overlook. I'm your host, Colby Campbell, and on every episode we look at the most current arts and entertainment in the Cedar Valley. Today we'll get a chance to sit down in the recording studio with an up-and-coming artist, Sophia Landis. Don't go anywhere. The Arts Overlook starts right now.
Art is thriving in the Cedar Valley. It's everywhere. But if you don't know where to look, you could miss it. This is your local arts perspective. This is the Arts Overlook.
Sophia Landis, a native of Iowa City, is setting her musical roots right here in Cedar Falls. The singer and songwriter has performed all over the country, but is back in town to build her portfolio and grow her career. I got a chance to meet her and her recording engineer, Tom Tatman, at Catamount Recording this winter.
I understand that at any given, even though I do this every day, every client I work with at that moment, that's the most important thing in their life, and it's something that they've worked and strived to be able to do at that point. And so I put everything I have into it, and that can be very stressful. The best part, though, is when it's done and you can play it and see the emotional response from the client and from people who hear it, and actually be able to listen to it myself and really enjoy it as a fan. This studio really is no different than the major studios that a Beyonce or Metallica would record in, so we really aren't making demos. Nobody comes here that isn't supremely confident in what they do and how prepared they are to do it. People don't come here to just lay down tracks. They come here to make a professionally produced album. You know, it's totally different for a piano and vocal project versus a full band versus, let's say, a big band or something like that. Different techniques for all of it. But the bottom line is that sonically, sonic excellence should be a given. And I look at the getting a great performance out of the people I work with as the prime directive. It was kind of different. When Sophia came in for our first meeting about whether to do the project or not, or that kind of thing, I asked for a demo, and she said she didn't have one, but if I've got a piano, she'll show me. And she proceeded to sit down and just blow me away. She is an extraordinary talent, great songwriter, excellent musician, and her vocal chops are off the chart. And even though pretty much everything she does when she's singing is technically perfect, the unique thing is that every bit of it comes from her soul, from her heart. It's almost like she goes into a trance when she sings.
You good?
Tidal wave, go ahead. She's so good live. I mean, this is, I want to say that the piece that's going to be on your show, there are no studio tricks. There's no pitch correction or editing. It is one complete take from beginning to end with her playing and singing, and it's stunning.
Well, I went to my first ever music festival in Tennessee, Bonnaroo, in 2013. And I saw Macklemore and I saw Paul McCartney, and the experiences were just so overwhelmingly uplifting and positive. And I was like, these are real people who use their gifts to make the world a better place. And I know that I can do the same thing. So that's what I decided I was gonna do. I did record a demo album with one of my friends who has equipment at his house about a year ago. But this is my first full-length studio work. Well, the title of the album is Survival for the Loving, which is the title of the live track on my album. And I kind of thought it was a fitting title overall for the album because the music that I write does come from a deep place of love, and that's what I'm trying to share with others through my music, is a kind of love that's not necessarily romantic, but just like human. When people listen to my music, I want them to feel like they've gained some kind of peace or comfort or strength that they hadn't had before listening to it. I want people to be able to listen to my music when maybe they're uncomfortable going to a person for help because they're shy or embarrassed or feel like they don't have anyone to go to. And that I hope that my music can fill that void in the lives of people who are struggling.
I've been a professional record producer for the last 35 years, and that's my background. That's all I do or have done. As I say, she is an extraordinary talent, and I've worked with a lot of really good people, national records and that kind of thing. And she's right up there. It wouldn't surprise me if she actually made it. So.
Sophia's album, Survival for the Loving, will be available on iTunes and Spotify, or you can pick one up at a local store. For more information on Sophia's music or upcoming performance dates, check out her website at www.sophialandis.com. Before we go, check out this exclusive video of the single-take title track on the album, Survival for the Loving. I'm Colby Campbell, and this is the Arts Overlook. Thanks for watching.
Survival of the fittest, but who is fit to live? We all have our demons, our skeletons. So who stripped, or who simply used when we were brought into this world the same way, black, white, boy or girl. We were all born to love. We were all born to be loved. We were all born to live. Survival for the loving. So tell me what the dollar says about who holds it in their hands. Is this the prize we're fighting for? Is this the way we'll win our wars? Well, I don't care what people say. They cannot make me change my way of thinking that the world someday could work for love instead of pay. We were all born to love. We were all born to be loved. We were all born to live. Survival for the loving. We were all born to love. We were all born to be loved. We were all born to live. Survival for the loving. Long live love.
All right, you did it again. Made me tear up.
Yay!
Way to go. Great take.
Thank you.
Did that feel good?
Yeah, that one felt really good. Definitely
Great,
the best
great.
one.
Yeah, the beginning was really nice too.
Thanks.